Every time a student leaves this area and goes into a charter, that is what happens. That's when our co-principals tell us that, well, we're not going to be able to fund this position.
You're going to continue to see not only cuts in infrastructure, support structures, you're going to see cuts in program.
I think that we're starting to see the impact of the charter system not necessarily being so long-term, that very shiny thing that we thought it was going to be.
California's public education funding crisis has gotten much attention, and for good reason. The world's 6th richest economy ranks 41st in the US in how much it spends per student. Yet there's another related crisis on the horizon. Because California allows for a virtually unlimited number of charter schools, the publicly funded but privately operated schools are costing school districts substantial amounts of funding, forcing them to spend less on students in traditional neighborhood schools.
Voting based on what is on paper, I would be voting to support Latitude. But in my heart, when I think about the district sustaining additional cuts that will impact more working families and children, at this point in time, I cannot support the petition.
Despite both the Oakland Unified School District and Alameda County Board denying Latitude's application for a new charter school, the State Board of Education approved.
If we look at our budget 3 years from now, we have a fiscal challenge. We have a large fiscal challenge. We're projecting a large deficit, and a lot of that is based on charter and other impacts to our district.
One of our charters brought forth a second petition, and that petition happened to be on our board agenda the same night that we were talking about laying off 140 support positions in the district. And I thought, how do you talk about cutting out 140 positions that would serve some of our most vulnerable students and opening up a new school in the same breath?
As the number of charter schools has grown to over 1,200 statewide, they've started to create costs that we've only recently begun to understand and measure.
What's happened with the proliferation of so many charter schools is that sometimes it just becomes a parallel school district, and it actually bleeds away money from the neighborhood schools.
When a student leaves to attend a charter school, the money we spend to educate them follows. But the student's old public school can't reduce its costs by that same amount. It can't spend less for AC or heat. Its principal can't work part-time. To make up the difference, the school has to cut arts and music classes, lay off its librarian or nurse, clean its bathrooms less, or pay teachers so little they need another job to support their families. A first-of-its-kind study of 3 California districts found that on average, charter schools are taking over $1,000 a year from the education of each neighborhood school student. Charter schools cost San Diego's district nearly $66 million during the 2016-17 school year alone. In a state where public schools already struggle for resources, allowing more charter schools is making things worse for many students and threatening the very meaning of public education itself.
Well, the value of public education is critical because it's the underpinnings of democracy. Because every single student that comes through our door, unlike charter schools, we accept. And we must serve and give them the best possible education. And there's a cost to serving any student that comes across our threshold.
I've been here for 24 years at this school site, and I feel like I'm really connected to the community, and parents look forward to their kids coming to my classroom.
I mean, if a person has hard work and has patience, they'll be able to achieve their dreams. Without public schools, I don't think that's possible.